Chapter 8. Elissa. I woke up in a strange environment, with the room painted white. The bedsheets were also white. I must be dead, I said to myself, and then I remembered everything as the event flashed through my mind of the meeting with that bastard and being hit with something hard at the back of my neck. I tried getting up, but I felt that sharp pain at the back of my neck, and I yelled out in pain, "Ah! I am going to kill him once I get my hands on him." And I heard the sound of someone dragging a chair closer to me, and I lifted my head to watch the bastard smiling at me. What's with this room and the white settings? Even the chair he was dragging close to me? Every single thing in this room was bloody white, and I hated white. There was something about white that irked me. "Where am I?" I asked him the moment he sat on the chair. "My place, or rather my room. And like I said earlier, I am sorry, but I have to do this. So, can we talk?" he asked me, and I bobbed my head. "If you want to talk, fine, let's talk. You came to my house, assaulted me, and then kidnapped me, which is against our law, and especially hitting a pregnant woman. I think that is a bigger offense, isn't it?" I asked him. "I apologized to you before carrying out my actions, so technically that isn't against the law. I just wanted to talk, and you weren't giving me listening ears, so I have to do what's right," he told me with a smirk on his face. "I want to rip that smirk off your face," I told him. "I'm sorry." I quickly took a stance, ready for anything that was about to happen. "What are you doing?" he asked, looking confused as he tilted his head a little. "I don't know. My instinct, I guess. Last time you apologized, I was knocked out cold, so I guess I am preparing myself for the worst," I told him, and he laughed out loud. "Wow. I apologized about that before attacking, so that doesn't count, and I am apologizing now because we really need to talk, and if you aren't angry anymore, can we talk? Please?" he asked me, and I knew no matter how hard I tried to delay and prolong our conversation, it would happen anyway. So I guess we should just let it out and be done with it so that I can leave. "Okay then, let's talk. You can go first," I told him, while folding my hands on my chest. "Okay. My name is Maverick Xander, the alpha of the Silver Crest pack. I know my manner of approach was wrong, but I was excited when I saw you, and found out you were my mate. I have been searching for you for a long time due to the pressure I was being placed under. If I don't find my mate, I will be dethroned from my position as alpha. Not that I care, though, but I have to follow the rules of the pack, which have been existing long before I was born," he said, taking a deep breath before continuing. "It's either I rule with my fated mate, or choose any strong female, a beta, to mate with, and then rule the pack or be dethroned. And I have risked my life and suffered so much for me to be kicked out of my throne." "Oh, I see. So?" I asked him. "So, imagine the joy I felt when I saw my mate and she wasn't human as I assumed you were, and then the shock I felt when I knew you were pregnant. It was like my only hopes had been shattered and destroyed. So that's my life and my story. What's yours?" he asked me. "Before I tell you anything about me, I have a question for you," I asked him. "Okay, I promise to answer all your questions." "You want a Luna not because you want to treasure and adore her. You just want a Luna because of the throne. Your alpha title, isn't it? You are all the same," I said with disgust in my tone. And to my surprise, he gripped both of my hands and pulled me closer to him, our faces a few inches away from each other. "Don't you dare ever say such a word again. You don't know me to think of me that way. If I ever wanted a Luna beside me that I don't cherish and adore, I would have chosen anyone to fill in that position," he said, trying to control his anger, but you could feel it in every word that was coming out from his mouth. I might have pulled a string that I shouldn't have pulled. "Geez, I'm sorry. I was just asking. Not that I take you for one. And ouch, you're hurting my wrists," I exclaimed, when I noticed how tightly he was holding my wrists. "I'm sorry. I shouldn't have allowed my anger to get the best of me," he said, pulling away quickly. What was that intense look in his eyes? His eyes held so much sincerity in them, and that made my heart skip a beat. "No, dummy, we ain't falling for another. We are not going to go through that pain again," I said to my fragile heart. "It's okay. I was the one who put you through all that. Fine, I will tell you about myself, since you got offended without thinking about my actions," I told him. "At least he deserves to know about me before I walk out of his life for good." "I'd be delighted to hear everything you want to say, without missing any part of your story," he said, his angry face slowly fading away and a smile creeping on his face. "My name is Elissa Smith, Luna of the Dark Blue Crest, or used to be Luna of the Dark Blue Crest." "Why used to be?" he asked me, cutting my story short. "I was getting to that part before you interrupted me," I told him with a frown on my face. "Oh, sorry about that. Then carry on with your story." Everything in my life was perfect for me. My life was peaceful until that fateful day. I felt sick and went to the hospital and was told that I was pregnant. I was excited that finally, after all these years, I was going to give my mate a pup. I had to rush to work, because then I was working for humans. I didn't want to be a stay-at-home Luna and allow the pack to feed me. All I wanted was to be industrious and learn things myself. With my excited state, I went to work to share my good news with my human friends, but was met with something else. I stood up from the bed and paced around the room, while his gaze followed my every step. I was sacked from my workplace without warnings or explanation of what I did wrong, and thought it was all a joke until my box with my belongings was placed in my hands, and then I was ushered out of the company's building. Right there, in my more heartbroken state, I felt a sharp pain, the kind of pain you feel when your mate is having sexual intercourse with another woman. The pain was so severe that it made me fall so many times. I managed to get a cab and went back to my pack and saw my mate sleeping with my best friend, and they were both planning on how to reject me. So I did what was best by rejecting him first, and then by leaving the pack to this town where I thought it would be peaceful for me and my unborn pup, until you came around, ruining my perfect peace, I told him. "Sorry about that, but some things are inevitable. And I know I have said the word sorry so many times, but I will say it again. I am sorry your mate was a jerk, and he doesn't deserve someone as strong as you," he told me, and I smiled. Doubt if I am that strong. I barely managed to hang on, but thanks anyway. It's in the past. "You are strong. No woman would have handled that amount of pain and still be able to build herself up and start a new life. Does he know about the pup?" he asked me, and I shook my head. "No, and he won't be able to know about it. The only one I told was my Gamma Wolf, and he wouldn't betray me. So, that's my story," I told him, before sitting on the table in his room, which was also painted white. "I have a question. Do you have a phobia for dirty things?" I asked him, and he bobbed his head. "Ah, I see. No wonder the whole place is white and sparkly clean. But how do you then manage to be an alpha and fight, morph into your wolf and get your body dirty?" I asked him, curious about the whole thing. "Axel is a neat wolf, too. I guess I was blessed by the moon goddess to grant me a good wolf, since she knows I can't take or see the sight of dirt. So after the war, Axel always goes to dip himself in the river, which I will take you to see when I am giving you a tour around this place," he said, and I smiled before realizing what he said, and I quickly stood to my feet. "I don't want a tour. I just want to go back to my house and resume my daily life, since we have spoken about each other, and now you know I have a pup growing inside of me, which you can't accept, and neither do I want a mate, nor even to go through that process again. I think we should call it quits and go our separate ways. It was nice talking to you, Alpha Maverick, I said with a smile, hoping he buys the idea, and we can both forget we ever met and go our separate ways. Yes, you are right. I can't, and my people will never accept another man's child as their ruler, and you also don't want a mate, but we can help each other, with both of us gaining and having nothing to lose, he said, and I stopped what I was doing to turn around to look at him with my passport in my hand. What do you mean? I asked him. You need money, and I need a Luna, so we should work together and everything will be settled. Explain further, because I am confused, I told him, dropping the passport in my bag before going to sit on the bed while facing him. You need money to carry out your life and to take care of the pup, and I need someone to pretend to be my Luna so that the council members will be off my shoulders while I find someone suitable for me. With that, we will be able to help each other, he said, and his plans make a lot of sense, but I needed to know more if being his fake Luna wouldn't disrupt my plans of being alone. I would rather be a lone wolf than be messed up again. If I agree to this, you won't restrict me from doing what I was doing earlier on before you came into my life. I am not going to quit my job just because I am your fake Luna. I am not going to be monitored by you or by anyone, and if I find out you are spying on me, the deal's off. As you know, I am good at being left alone. So, what's your take on this? I asked him. I accept. You ain't my real Luna, so I won't lose all my strength on that. And, since you were once a Luna yourself, I guess this fits a lot, since you know a lot about how a Luna is meant to act and behave. How much are we talking about? I asked him, getting straight to the point. $20,000 monthly, he said, and I stood still. I hadn't made that much money even when I was working for my first human boss. The highest I have ever made was $5,000, or even now that I am working for my new, kind boss, the highest she has ever paid me was $2,000. And not that I was complaining, but this is huge. With this, my pup will have a better future. For how long are we going to pretend? 3 or 4 months, he told me. Then I accept the deal. When should we start?
Chapter 9. Alpha Maverick. You did what? Lorenzo yelled. I knew it sounded stupid, but it just happened. She was gonna leave like that, and I couldn't take chances. Besides, you were the one that told me to find out about her. I just had to do it. So it just happened, and I can't take it back now, I replied to Lorenzo, pacing around the office. Yeah, I told you to find out about your maid and try to know if she has made it or not. I didn't tell you to use your money to make her stay. That's like rubbing it on her face. You are poor and I'm your only way to wealth. That's what it seems like to me, he said, trying to mimic my voice. For the first time in ages, I'm just seeing Lorenzo this pissed. He was the one always trying to calm me down and not lose my sanity in this cruel pack that I found myself in. I know I'm wrong, but what do you expect me to do? Watch her leave like that? She is my only hope of getting away from those annoying council members. I've been thinking about it all night if I made the right choice by using her only weakness against her as I drove her to her house to get her things ready. What if my world isn't what she needs right now? What if healing is what she really needs? Will I be able to accept the fact that I will be putting her through emotional pains just because I can't let her go? Who in their right senses will let their destined mate out of their life? I want her beside me, always and forever. But am I willing to let myself forget that she is pregnant for another? And can I get myself love and care for the pup like my own? I wanted you to just talk with her, like have a decent conversation with her. You said you didn't want the mate given to you by the council leaders, that you wanted your own mate that the moon goddess gave you because you wanted to treasure, love, and adore her. Isn't that what you said earlier? He asked, standing in front of me, his eyes piercing mine. Yes, yes, and yes. I want to love my mate and adore her for the rest of our lives. I turned my eyes away from his, walked back to my seat to sit down, and rested my head on my. So what about now? Do you still feel the same way for her? Or are you going to let her go because she is pregnant? Do you want to allow the fear of what the council leaders will say to your pack members? Since when did you start allowing what other people say get to you? You were never like this. Or are you becoming weak and allowing their words to shake you? Lorenzo asked, hitting the chair I was sitting on. No, I'm not allowing what they say to define me. But right now, I can't think about her being pregnant. This isn't how I pictured my mate and my relationship to be. So please don't put me in a tight corner. And don't you dare raise your voice at me. I might be your friend and cousin, but I am also your alpha. You should respect that fact, I said, pushing him away from me. I haven't forgotten that you are my alpha. But I will start showing you the respect you want if you start acting like a true alpha. He glared at me, and I felt my body shaking with anger. I was about to say something when we heard a knock on the door. Who is that? Asked Lorenzo. It's Beryl Beta. The alpha's guest has arrived, she said from the other side of the door. Tell her I will be there, I replied to the Omega. When I heard her footsteps retreating, I turned my attention away from the door to Lorenzo. We shall talk about this later. I'm not done with you for now, I said, storming out of the office. Elissa. I couldn't sleep all night. I tossed and turned on my bed all through the night, thinking if I had made the right decision or not, and if agreeing to be his fake Luna would not contradict things for me. What if things don't work the way I want them to work, and I end up ruining things? Will I have to run away again? And how long will I have to keep running before I get to my finish line? The sound of my alarm this morning jolted me from my thoughts and made me realize that it was morning. I just spent the whole night thinking of things I wasn't supposed to be bothered about. So what am I going to take to my new home? He said I should pack everything that belongs to me. What then shall I pack? It's not like I have a lot of things registered in my name, I said to myself, staring at my closet. Well, let's start with my clothes. They are all worn out, and I felt so ashamed to take these clothes along. Maybe I should go shopping for some new clothes from my savings, since I will be making more money now. I was still thinking when I heard the sound of a car horn in front of my house, and a man in a suit came down from the car. He was walking towards my door. I quickly packed all my clothes and placed them into the luggage, my makeup bag, and my shoes into the luggage. when I heard a knock on the door. "Coming!" I yelled, walking to the door to open it for the stranger. "Good morning, ma'am. My name is Terry, and I'm the Alpha's chauffeur. I was assigned to come pick you to the pack house," he said with a smile on his face. "Good morning, Terry. Please come in. Let me fix you a coffee while I get ready. I woke up late today, and as you can see, I'm not fully ready," I said, making an apologetic face. "Take your time, ma'am, and thanks for the invite and the coffee." He appreciated me, walking into my home, and I ushered him to the couch in the living room. I hurried in to make the coffee and poured it in a mug with toasted bread and scrambled eggs. I quickly fixed it for him. Offering it to him, I ran to the room to go get dressed. When I was done, he helped me with my heavy luggage while I carried the light ones into the car. Our drive into the pack house was quiet, and I totally loved it. With the glass rolled down, I took my head out to enjoy the breeze and to look at nature. I felt at peace at that moment with the wind and nature. Little did I know that soon everything would be overthrown by worries and fear of being caught. When we got to his house, I was ushered into a room that was twice as big as the room I was living in. The room is really spacious, and there is a door leading to the wardrobe and dressing room. With the little clothes I have, I doubt my things will ever fill this place, I said to myself, staring into the room. "Are you sure you're going to be okay here?" Leia asked through the mind link. "I will try to be. It's just to make the money, and after that, we'll be on our way. Trust me, Leia. I won't allow us to go through that emotional trauma again," I promised her. I don't want you to feel hurt again. When I feel like things aren't going well, we are leaving, and I'm making you leave with me too." I smiled when she said that. I like it when she is worried about me. It makes me feel loved. A kind of love I have never experienced with anyone. All they have to offer is betrayal and pain. Thank you, Leia, for always having my back. I love you, girl, and please stay with me forever. A knock on the door made me disconnect the link to attend to the person and let them in if need be. Soon, Alpha Maverick walked in. Good morning. How's your night? And hope you like the room?" he asked, fumbling with his wristwatch, and I smiled. "Good morning, and thanks. Yes, I love the room. It's spacious and beautiful. Thank you."
So,
He cleared his throat as his eyes trailed to my luggage, which was open on the bed, before turning his gaze to me.
"Come, let's get you some new clothes,"
he said, pointing at the luggage. "New clothes? Why?" I asked him. "I like my old clothes."
"You're going to be my Luna, and you can't be seen in those clothes. It will tell bad of me. By the way, have you eaten?"
he asked me, and I shook my head.
"Good. We'll grab some food on our way to the boutique. See you outside,"
he said, and bounced out of the room. Here we go again. Hope I'm not going to regret this. I asked the rhetorical question out loud before going out to join him. Chapter 10. Dark Blue Crest, Alpha Roddy. It's been a week since Elissa left the pack, and since then, everything has been going wrong. The pack has been having so many issues that I can't solve. With Elissa by my side then,
I was able to sort things out. She would be the one doing the calculations, while I would be sorting the files. And by doing that, we were able to carry out so many transactions, sold so many things that have kept my pack strong. But now, right before my eyes, everything is crumbling down, and I can't do anything about it, or even do it on my own. Elizabeth isn't helping with the situation. I regret choosing her over my original mate, a mate the gracious moon goddess gave to me. I regret accepting Elissa's rejection and claiming this slothful ass as my mate. All she does is eat, sleep, and nothing more. She has broken almost all the rules of my pack, and the worst rule she has broken, it's her not going for the Luna training, which has made the Council of Elders really pissed and cut off things with me and my household. Today, I have just been informed that our nearest pack, the River Range Pack, has cut off their supplies from us since we couldn't hold our end of the bargain. I did everything to beg for them to give us a second chance, but it was all in vain. And that's it. The second business this week gone like that. I hate to say this, but I miss Elissa, and I really want her back, if only I can locate her and know where she lives. But it seems like she is missing from this world. No text messages from her or calls from her. It's quite unexpected. I expected her to come back after 3 days, begging me to take her back, but nothing like that. I haven't seen or heard from her, not even her friend, or rather, her ex-friend have heard from her or her gamma too. How could she be so cruel to leave without a trace, without a message, or even without calling back? I heard a knock on the door, and Harry walked in on my command. "Good morning, Alpha." He greeted me the moment he stood in front of me. "Yes, Harry, what can I do for you?" I asked him without lifting my head from the files I had been trying to sort out since morning. "Luna sent me to you. She said she needs some money, and that her manicure equipment has expired, and she needs to replace them." He reported his reason for coming into my office. "You can go. I will respond to her later," I replied to him. He was about to leave when I called out to him. "Harry, have you heard from your Luna?" I asked. "Yes, Alpha. She's the reason I'm here," he replied. I shook my head. I wasn't asking about her. As a matter of fact, I really do not want to see that lady in my life again. "Not that scum—" I quickly seized my words. It was not right to downgrade Elizabeth in the presence of a mere gamma. "Not that Luna, but your former Luna, Elissa." "No, Alpha. She hasn't sent a word to me ever since she left," he replied with a concerned look on his face. "I see. You can leave. I will sort things out with your Luna. Tell Beta Jemiah I will be with him later. We have an emergency meeting to attend," I said to him. He bowed slightly and left the office. I was alone once more, and that was when it dawned on me that I might, or I would, never get to see Elissa again. And that means my pack is going through the crisis of going down to the stage of being poor and laughed at by the other packs we used to be better than. With a scream, I started throwing everything away, destroying everything my hands could get on. How could I be so stupid as to let go of someone so important to me, the pack, and my people, and replace her with someone so useless? "You brought this upon yourself," Jack said through the mind link. I warned you, but you were against my words. You chose pleasure over happiness." He concluded with a disappointing groan. "We need to find her, Jax. Can you connect with Leia?" I asked him. "The moment you both broke the mating bond, all connections with both of them died. And the only connection I have right now is that with your new mate. So nope, we can't find her." I was stupid. I allowed Elizabeth to seduce me into accepting her rejection. I should have apologized and got Elissa back. If she had been here, all this wouldn't have happened. I accept my mistake. I accept that everything is my fault. Now there is no way for me to turn back the hands of time. All I can do now is to move on and try to mend the broken pieces. If only I could find the one that I broke it with. Jax was about to reply when the door opened and Elizabeth stormed in, looking all angry and pumped up, like someone had offended her.
"I told that Gamma boy to come collect some money from you, and that hopeless fool came back to me with nothing. Didn't he deliver my message to you?"
She asked me while moving closer to me.
"He did. So, shouldn't you have given him something for me? As a Luna, I'm meant to be given what rightfully belongs to me."
She spat out.
"Rightfully belongs to you? Really? You want to know what rightfully belongs? This."
I pointed at the files.
"Rightfully belongs to you. Help me calculate the bills while I sort out the files. Going for our Luna training with other packs as Lunas is what belongs to you. Helping me out with some business meetings is what you are meant to be doing. Go out there and be useful as a Luna is what you are meant to be doing. And that's what's rightfully yours, and not money all the time."
I fired in anger.
"Wow! Am I some sort of a slave to you and the pack? Or am I not the Luna of this pack and your precious mate? Where is it written that I should be calculating some bills, or going for training, or attending meetings, or even working? That's a man's job. And that's why you have those low-life werewolves to help you carry out all that work, and not me. I am your Luna. I am meant to be spoiled and pampered, not the other way around."
She walked over to me and placed her hands on my face.
"I didn't sign up to be your Luna just to undergo stress. I signed up just to enjoy the luxury that comes along with being a Luna." "Fine, if that's too hard for you to do. How about the simple ones that every Luna can do?"
I removed her hands from my face while taking a few steps away from her.
"And what's that?"
she asked, folding her hands on her chest.
"A pup? I think that's an easy job for you to do. Give me an heir. A pup that will call me Papa and rule my pack someday. Is that too much for you to do?"
I asked her.
"What? This is not my fault. I'm not the moon goddess to grant that. How dare you say something so cruel as that? All I did was to be supportive of you." "Yeah, I can see that. Since you assumed the post of Luna, everything has been crumbling down, and we are slowly going into bankruptcy." "Are you saying it's my fault?"
She spat at me.
"Yes, it's your fault. When your friend was Luna, this pack was blooming, and then you came and brought doom. You are hopeless, useless, and you can't even do anything useful to help the pack. You are worse than doom."
I yelled at her.
I... Stop before you make me go insane. At least try and be useful and give me an heir. Or I'll reject you and kick you out of this pack the very chance I get.
I told her before storming out of the office. I was this close to hitting her or snapping her neck. I had to control myself and Jax from going rampage at her. I need to find Elissa, and I need to find her fast. Harry Walter. I just lied to my alpha. If the truth ever came out, I would be tortured and then killed with no one to protect me. What can I do? Even Luna Elissa isn't here, and she won't be able to save me. I should have just told Alpha Roddy that I have been communicating with Luna Elissa and that she is carrying his child, though I don't know where she is staying. Would I be betraying her or helping her? She is all alone with Alpha's pup growing inside of her and with no money or anyone to help her. I should be scared about everything. That's his heir to the pack, and if anything happens to it while I am aware of it, it will bring trouble to me. I should probably tell Alpha Roddy. If not, I'm gonna be doomed. I paced around my room, murmuring to myself about what to do. Just then, my phone rang, and it was my mom. Perfect time. She would have answers and solutions to my problem. Mom, good afternoon. Thank goodness you called. Perfect timing, I said the moment I answered the call. What's wrong, son? She asked me. I have some issues, Mom. I need your advice, and I need you to come up with answers for me. I walked over to my bed and sat on it. Okay, tell me what the problem is, and I will see what I can do to help you out. Okay, Mom, thank you. I have a friend who left her pack because she found out her mate was cheating, and now she is pregnant for her mate without the mate knowing. I'm the only one she told about the pregnancy, and now I feel my life is at stake. If I don't tell her mate and someone gives him the information about her, I will be endangered. What should I do, Mom? I asked her, hoping she would give me a good answer. Son, does the lady in question trust you with her life? She asked. Yes, Mom, a lot. That's why it's confusing me, and I don't know what to do. Then do not report to the Alpha that his mate he rejected is carrying his pup. Take the secret to your grave no matter what. Mom, but I might be in danger if news comes. Hold on. How did you know I was talking about Alpha Roddy and Luna Elissa? I was a bit confused because I knew I didn't mention any of their names when reporting what transpired between them. How then did she know about it? That's because no one can trust you with their lives except the Luna that you promised to protect with your life. And since you complained to me that the present Luna is a bitch, then obviously it is your once trusted and devoted Luna you are talking about. She finally gave me the answers to my assumptions. Mom, what should I do? I have no answers to this. I asked her. I was down to earth, no answers forthcoming to me. If Luna Elissa trusts you well enough to tell you the secrets, then you have no right to tell anyone about it. You are all she has right now. So keep the secret no matter what. Is that understood? Yes, Mom. I will keep the secret with me. How's Dad? I know we live in the same pack and stuff. I should be home more often. But it seems I am more tied down than when the former Luna was around. I complained to her. She was the only one I could rely on and complain to. My mom was always there to give me listening ears, confront me, and help me out. It's okay. I understand a lot. How is your mate? She asked me. She is fine. She wasn't around when I came in. I answered her. That's fine. Do come visit soon. Your dad misses you, and I do too. Bring the pups this time when you are coming.
Harry, where are you? How dare you leave my side, you dirty low-life coward?
I heard Luna Elizabeth's voice through the mind link. I have to go, Mom. Back to my duty of attending to the Luna. And thanks for helping me out, I informed her and disconnected the call. Well, bye to my beauty rest and welcome torture and suffering. I guess the meeting between her and the Alpha didn't go well. And now, I'm the one to welcome all the insults. I wore my coat and rushing out of the house. Unknown to Harry, someone was listening to his conversation with his mom.
Chapter 11. Mia Walter. What did I just hear? I know I shouldn't be here, but for some reason I found myself coming here. Maybe I wanted to see the way things were going, and now I'm glad I came. This is actually the perfect plan for me to finally make myself useful. I never wanted to be in this all along. I just wanted Alpha Rhodey to be mine. If I had known this secret earlier, I would have been the Luna of the dark blue crest, not that wench reaping what she didn't sow. I always had eyes for the Alpha. He is the one I have always loved before he got mated to Elissa. When I heard Elissa was gone, I was super happy that I could finally be in his arms, the arms I'd always dreamt about. But that was only my mind playing pranks on me. I saw him holding that bitch's hand to the council leaders that he had decided to take her as his Luna. I was heartbroken, and I felt this hatred towards her. So many times I have thought of driving a knife through her heart whenever I saw them together. But now I'm glad that everything will change. With this information, I could strike a deal with Alpha Rhodey. In exchange for my information, he will have to reject Elizabeth and make me his Luna. With a smile on my face, I hurried out of the house, sniffing Alpha Rhodey's pheromones to locate him. It led me to his office, and I quickly hastened my steps. Everything will be perfect once I become the Luna of the pack. I will have all the money, fame, and power that I have always wanted. I knocked gently on the door, and when I heard his instructions, I quietly opened the door and closed it behind me. "Good afternoon, Alpha," I greeted him with a smile on my face. He raised his head to look at me, and without a smile or even flinching, he placed his head down again on the files he was sorting out. "What can I do for you, Mia?" he asked, and I quickly grabbed a chair to sit on. "Are you okay, Mia? Who gave you the order to sit?" I laughed out loud when he yelled. He's always sexy when angry, and that gets me excited. Temper, Rhodey, temper. Though I'm not angry about it. It excites me a lot. We can work that temper on the bed when I become the next Luna. I licked my lips. Hitting the file on the table with a loud thud, he walked over to me and held my neck as he pushed my back to the wall, choking my neck hard, and I moaned out loud in excitement. This is exactly what I wanted. A man who was strong and could become dirty for me. "Are you insane, or do you have a death wish?" he roared. "I love this, but too bad our clothes are still on. Do you want to try choking me when we're making love?" With a disgusted groan, he threw me to the ground, and I fell hard on my butt. "Ouch! That hurts! This is no way to treat your next Luna." I think I hit a nerve there as he walked over to me and squatted down to my level. "The only reason I haven't called someone to take you away and behead you is that you are the Gamma's mate, and I'm very fond of him. So watch what you say, or the next thing that will leave your body is that nasty tongue of yours," he threatened and got up. I laughed harder. "This tongue can do more wonders than you think," I teased him more. "Watch it, woman. Don't tempt my patience," he growled. "I wonder what you will say next when I tell you what I've found out. But since you don't want what I'm offering, I guess I have to take it to the council elders and see how much they will promote me. Watch out. I will still come for that position as your Luna." I winked at him before standing up from the ground. I was about to leave when I was pressed against the wall, and soon his lips were crushing hungrily on mine. "You want this, right?" he asked, placing my hand on his hardened member, and I bobbed my head. "That and more. I want to be your Luna," I moaned, as he tore my blouse and began kissing my neck. "I will give you all that and fuck you hard while choking you, because it seems you like that," he moaned. "Yes, I do. Harry is a jerk, and I never loved him. I had to go through with a mating bond just to satisfy my parents, but it's you. You are the one I have always loved and adored right from when I was 16. I want you, Rhodey, and I must have you," I moaned, and he lifted me from the ground, sliding the things off from the table. He gently laid me on the table and started removing his shirt. "If this is what you want, then I'll gladly give it to you," he said, while removing his trousers, and he was left with just his boxers. Then he climbed on top of me, claiming my lips with his, and his hands got rid of my bra as he cupped my boobs, as he gently slid his hand into my wet passage. This was heaven, and he is exactly as I assumed, bad and rough when it comes to sex. When he was done, he threw me his shirt to put on and went to his chair to sit down. I was glad he didn't tear the skirt I was putting on, but everything else was ruined thanks to our passionate love-making. Completely dressed, I took a seat closer to him and sat down. "I will tell you everything now, but don't forget that you have to make me your next Luna, so promise me that. I, Rhodey Cathway, promise you, Mia Walter, to take you as my mate and future Luna. That's if the information you are going to give me is worth it." He bowed, claiming my lips again. "Aw, I better tell you what I have to say before we go tearing at each other's clothes again. Your gamma that you are fond of lied to you," I confessed, and that caught his attention as his eyes were wide open. "Meaning?" he asked me. "He has been in contact with Elissa since the day she left this pack, and do you know what's more interesting than the fact that they've been in contact with each other?" I asked him, and he shook his head. "Come on, love, you have to guess," I joked. "You should know I am not good at guessing, so fill me in, please," he pleaded, and I smiled. "Elissa Smith is pregnant," I said excitedly. "What? Pregnant for who? Wait, did Harry and Elissa have sex behind my back and then he got her pregnant?" he asked, clenching his hands in a fist. "Don't be silly. Harry is too good and calm to cheat on me with her. She's pregnant for you, dummy. The pup in her womb is yours," I announced. He staggered backward and crumpled on the chair beside him. He sat there without saying a single word. He was like someone who had just seen a ghost. "Come on, honey, say something," I urged, hitting him lightly. "Are you sure about this?" "You're really sure?" he managed to ask, and I nodded. "Yes, 100% sure. I heard him talking with his mom on the phone, whether to tell you or not, and before you ask, he doesn't know about her location because she wouldn't tell him." "I have to find her. If she is carrying my pup, it only means my heir is with her, and she will be reinstalled here as the Luna of my pack." I cleared my throat. "Hell no. You're not looking for her, and hell no, she cannot be the Luna of my pack, because you promised me I was going to be the Luna." He laughed out loud. "Never trust a man who is willing to get his hands on information," he said with a smirk on his face. "We just made love," I screeched. "That was me playing along with your stupid game. Now get the fuck out of my way before I do something you will regret," he roared. No, I won't watch someone take what rightfully belongs to me. I'm going to be Luna, and that's final." Soon, I felt my hands tied behind me by Beta Leo and 2 others who were on standby. Get this slut and traitor out of here and throw her in the dungeon. And the two of you, find me that Gamma, dead or alive," he ordered them. Harry Walter, POV. Why was I here again? I asked myself as I stared at Luna Elizabeth ranting about everything that had transpired today between her and Alpha Rhodey. She swore and cursed at me, but I stood still, accepting it all. "Aren't you going to say something, or are you going to stand there like a statue?" she asked me. "Thank you, Luna." I had no words to say. Should I have retaliated to the insults and get imprisoned? No way. She stood up and walked to me, giving me a hard slap across my face. "I said you should speak up and not stand still. You are boring. I wonder how that bitch could cope with you. Get me a glass of water," she ordered, and bowing my head, I rushed out of the room to grab a glass of water. I came back and was about to hand the glass over to her when I felt awkward. It started as a tingling sensation, and it slowly developed into pains. A hot, sensational pain that made me crumble to the ground. The water spilled on the ground, and some on Luna Elizabeth's body. I was about to apologize when I saw her wiggling in pain too. We both screamed as another wave of pain engulfed us. I was hard as a rock, and I was sexually excited, and each moment it felt like I was having sex with someone, but it was excruciatingly painful arousal. "Make it stop! Harry, please!" I heard Luna Elizabeth say between pains, and I could only digest it to one thing. Our mates were probably having sex while we were feeling it, but in a terrible way. I managed to get up, but I fell hard on the ground again. For the first time in, forever, my legs were weak. They were throbbing like I was getting lame. I tried standing up again, but I fell again the second time. My wolf Battelle was whimpering in my head, and he was making it difficult to even handle the pain. At some point, I felt my lungs and heart twisting in a knot as each thrust the Alpha was giving her was driving me slowly to my grave. I managed to stand up again with my wobbling legs and managed to walk up to the walls, using it for support as I headed for the door. "Don't leave me, please," she cried out in pain. "I have to make it stop," I replied to her through my gritted teeth as I staggered out, using the wall as support. I was halfway to my house when the pain finally subsided. Although I could still feel the pain, I managed to swallow the tears that were planning to come out. "I will be fine. I will be fine," I said repeatedly. "No, we won't. The secret you had with Luna Elissa has been exposed thanks to your mate. Jexley just warned me that the Alpha is sending troops to your house. He wants you dead or alive," Bettel informed me. What? How did she know about it?" I asked him. "Apparently, she heard your conversation with your mom. She told the Alpha just to make a deal with the Alpha," he explained further. I stood still. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I knew Bettel and my mate's wolf Jexley were close, and she would do anything for her mate to be okay. But this information was hard to believe. I couldn't process it all. But why would she do it when we are still mated? Seems like she doesn't care about us. We have to leave. Get the pups and let's get out of here," Bettel ordered me. "To where? Where are we going to go? We've no place other than here," I asked him. "It's time to call Luna Elissa for a favor. Inform your parents as we leave," he advised. I quickly ran to my house. The moment I opened the door, I called out to the pups. "Jesse! Thompson!" I yelled, and they ran to me. "Come, we have to leave. Mom will come meet us later," I informed them, carrying the younger one, Thompson, in my arms, while holding Jesse's hand with my other hand. I told Jessie to dial my parents' number, and she did. Luckily for us, Pop picked it up immediately. "Pop, we're in danger. You and Mama should come meet me in the West Wing immediately, please. It's urgent, and it's a matter of life and death," I said, and Jessie disconnected the call. Soon we all met at the west wing, and we went through the broken walls to the west before hitting the road. I was glad I always had a time when Luna Elissa was around to have a quiet time taking a walk around the pack, and that was when I discovered it, the broken walls. I wanted to report it to the Alpha, but I'm glad I never did. I told my parents what happened as we boarded a taxi to the train station. My mom wept bitterly, and Jessie, though she was 10, was able to understand what was going on, and she knew she would never see her mom again. When we arrived at the train station, Jessie was asleep on my pop's shoulder, and Thompson was sleeping on my mama's shoulder as well. I took out my phone and placed a call to Luna Elissa. "Luna Elissa, please, I need your help," I said to her. I explained everything to her, and I could hear her crying on the phone. "It's fine. I have a home for you. Your family will be safe here. I am glad you could make it out alive." "Thank you, Luna. Thank you." I appreciated her before disconnecting the call, and soon I received a message from her with the address to the place. We boarded the train. I've never felt this pain in my life. Now I understand what Luna Elissa felt when her mate was cheating on her. The excruciating pain, the sadness, and the rejection. "I, Harry Walter, reject everything that has to do with the dark blue crest," I said, and my family did the same. We are going to start fresh, forgetting everything that has to do with my mate, the pack, and everyone in it. I vow never in my life to take another mate, or even accept a second chance mate, I told myself, and Bettel howled, and I knew he accepted it too.
Chapter 12. Maverick Xander. What is wrong with her? This is literally the 4th boutique we have been to today, but she hasn't selected anything yet. Whenever she sees the price tags, she is always on the move, running out of the store like she is being chased by a ghost. How on earth was she a Luna in her former pack when she can't even tolerate the prices of clothes, let alone the shoes and bags I planned on purchasing for her? I can't do this. Can we try another store?" she asked, checking the price tag on the black gown she picked. "Here we go again," I murmured to myself. "Hell no, Elissa. This is our final bus stop, and we ain't leaving here until you get those damn clothes, shoes, jewelry, and bags I plan on buying for you." "They are expensive. I haven't purchased something this expensive in a while now, so I will politely decline the offer," she smiled at me.
No, 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 and no. You are posing as my Luna. And do you know what that means? It means prices like this don't fucking bother me.
I spat out and invited the salesgirl that was standing a few meters away from us.
Take a look at her body and leg size. Get me something elegant that will bring out her curves. Also, get some loose gowns and bring them for her to try them on, I ordered the girl.
Taking a bow, she walked away to carry out my orders, and soon she was back with 3 other salesgirls, each hand filled with different clothes, especially gowns, both tight and loose gowns, trousers, tops, skirts, different colors and shapes of bags, shoes, which comprises Converse, heels, and sneakers. "Holy shit!" she exclaimed when she saw the prices. "They are so expensive. Can you take them back?" she asked, looking apologetic. I stood up from the chair I was sitting on and walked up to her. I was a few inches away from her when I bent my head and our lips a little far away from each other. I grabbed the gown she was holding. She swallowed hard on her saliva, and I smirked.
"I'm sorry, but they can't be returned,"
I said, and started removing the tags from the clothes. "Oh my goodness, you didn't do that," she grimaced.
I did just that, sweetheart. Now, to save us the stress of staying here all day, you can start trying them on. I can't wait to see you in them, and how perfectly well they fit my beautiful bride. I teased her. She murmured something before walking into the dressing room with one of the ladies following her. Soon, she was dressed in a black gown, which exposes some part of her cleavage. It was perfect for her, as it revealed her curves. Damn, she's sexy. And I wanted to roam my hands all over her, kissing her pretty lips, mark her right there on her right neck, and make her mine and mine alone. Then what's stopping you? I heard Axel's voice through the mind link. She is ours already. Let's just have her and claim her forever. I can, and you know why. If she is okay enough to present to the council elders, why won't she be okay for us to keep? He asked me. She is carrying an heir. No matter how I see it, the pup isn't mine. What if the mate comes back and wants her back? What should I do? I asked him. Fight for her. She's our fated mate. And to her, we are her second chance mate. Let's show her that we are different from that bastard and shower her with love. I know you felt that tension when you were close to her just now. I could hear your heart beating so fast. Axel said, and I knew he was trying to tease me because he's so damn good at it. Shut up, Axel, I scolded him. What do you think about this? She asked when she wore a red turtleneck gown, exposing her sexy legs. Damn, this is torture, I murmured to myself. What did you say? I said, it's lovely. I think everything will be perfect, as long as you are the one wearing it. No doubt about it. You will look gorgeous in the... I was complimenting her, and she was about to say something when her phone started ringing. Excusing herself, she went out further away from me. I felt this pang in my stomach. Wait, was I jealous of who called her? I could hear a male's voice. Who the heck is that? I asked myself as I clenched my hands in a fist. I was this close to taking the phone from her and smashing it against the wall. I'm the only male allowed to call her, and nobody else is permitted to do so. I felt my claws surfacing as the anger within me intensified, and soon I saw her hurrying towards me with a worried expression on her face. Maverick, you have to go without me. Something urgent just came up. I will be back to the pack later, she said as she dashed out of the store without giving me a chance to even ask her what it was. Package them and send them to this address. Here, ring the bills up and be fast about it, I said through a clenched jaw. With my card in my hand, I ran after her, tailing her with my car to see who she was going to meet and why was the guy calling her. She stopped at the train station, and soon she was hugging a man, and then I saw 2 kids running up to her. Oh my shit. She wasn't only pregnant, but had 2 grown-up kids. What the fuck have I placed myself into? Elissa Smith. I arrived at the train station. I was pacing to and fro the waiting stand. Since Harry called me, I was scared that they wouldn't be able to make it here alive, knowing the kind of person Alfarati is. I was scared to my bones that he must have sent his troops after them, and they wouldn't have survived it. I've been trying to call his number, but it was switched off,
and my heart refused to stop beating fast. I raised my head up, closing my eyes. Moon Goddess, please protect him and the pups. Please don't let anything bad happen to Harry Walter. I prayed silently, hoping for the Moon Goddess to answer my prayer and keep them safe. Luna! I heard Harry's voice, and with excitement, I ran over to hug him. Then I raised my head and saw them, Jessie and Thompson, my cute little angels. Auntie Elissa! They screamed in excitement as they ran into my arms. I missed you both so much that it hurts. I kissed them both on their cheeks, and they giggled. Sir and Ma, I'm glad both of you are well and okay. I greeted Harry's parents. It's nice to see you again, Luna. How are you faring? His mom asked me. Fine, thank you, ma'am, I answered her. Then I turned to Harry. Come, I have to take you to the place you will be living, I said. Then I stopped 2 cabs and instructed the other one to follow the one I will be driving with the pups. I was glad that I didn't sell the house when I was moving to Silver Crest. Where would they have lived in? I need to look for a job for Harry too, so he could support his family, while I assist them also, no matter what. When they were all inside, I asked to speak with Harry alone, and then we walked outside away from his family. What happened, Harry? I need to know how the pack is going and what's happening to the people, I asked him. Luna, the pack is going down, and soon the people will go into starvation, and also, I'm sorry, Luna. I shouldn't have talked about it at home. I never knew my mate had eyes for the alpha and let my guards down. I'm truly sorry, Luna. He fell on his knees as he cried out in pain. This is the first time I saw him cry, and it broke my heart. And also, it hurts me to see my once beloved pack facing this hardship. I was sorry for the pack members, and I pray silently that everything will be okay with them. I knelt down too and pulled him up for a hug. It's okay, Harry. You don't deserve the pains you are going through. Don't worry, love. I will make sure you start a new life and forget all the hurts and pains you have been through, looking only at the future and together with the pups and your parents. We will build a better future. Is that okay that way? I asked him, and he bobbed his head. Thank you, Luna Elissa. He managed to put on a weak smile. You know I'm no longer your Luna. You can try calling me by my name, I replied to him, and he shook his head vehemently. You will always be my Luna, no matter what, and I will keep calling you that till the day I die. His trust and his loyalty towards me is the reason I loved, adored, and trusted him with my secrets and with my life. He is important to me, and I treasure and hold him in high esteem. I heard a snarling and growling sound behind us. Breaking the hug, I turned around to face an angry Maverick whose eyes were red and his claws and canines elongated. He was ready to feast on and kill anyone at the moment. Here we go again. How do I calm a monster who was ready to kill? You lied to me. You have 2 kids and a lover, and you made me believe that you were innocent. He roared in anger, and I knew I had to calm him down before things escalated and my neighbors find out that I wasn't human, but a monster. Because to them, I mean to the humans, werewolves don't exist in reality, but only in movies. Calm down, Maverick Xander, and let me explain things to you. I said, trying to soothe and calm him down.
You want to explain why you abandoned me at the store to come meet a man. And not only that, you both were so lost in the hug that you didn't notice I've been standing here for so long. And you want to explain things to me like I'm daft and don't know what I saw?
He fired. He was far gone. No matter how hard I tried to calm him down, he wouldn't budge. Then I realized it wasn't Maverick anymore, but his wolf, Axel. How do I calm an angry wolf? Axel, you have to calm down. He is my gamma wolf. He has a little trouble, and I'm the cause of it. So I asked him to come here, where he will be safe, and the pups are his, not mine. I swear to you, with my unborn pup, I won't lie to you, I confessed, trying my best to signal Harry to go meet the pups inside, while I handled the angry alpha and his wolf.
I am going to kill him,
he roared. He was about to pounce on Harry when I ran to the middle, hugging Maverick tight. It's okay, Axel. I'm yours only, and I will never have another, I said, and I did the only thing I could think of, as it was only the thing Leah said could calm him down. I sealed my lips with his, and slowly I felt him calming down. I wanted to break the kiss, but he drew me closer to him and wrapped his hands around my waist, deepening the kiss. And for a brief moment, I forgot everything and allowed myself to be kissed senselessly by him.